Hi, my name is Friday, and last year I hiked the Appalachian Trail. I've been putting off my gear video for a while, so this is my post-trail new gear video for the new year. All right, so I'm just gonna go through my stuff. I have half of it out, and currently I have this backpack. It is the same backpack I had in 2021. It's just a different color. It's the exact same model. It is the 57 liter, 58 liter Ija from Osprey. I got rid of the top part, the little, I think it's called a brain. So I get rid of the brain or the head because it's just, if I have it, I'm gonna fill it with stuff that I do not need. So I take it off and it saves me weight. So it's just this, and it has a giant pocket up front. It has side pockets for my water bottles. There's no snack pack, which is kind of sad, and I have a way around that. So I bought a snack pack from, I think, Mystery Ranch, and so I just hook this right onto the hip belt, and that's where I put my snacks for the day. I also got a new fanny pack from Light AF, so I'm gonna try that out on this hike, which I think I'll like a lot better than this anyways. And so it also doesn't have a phone case, and so I got this from Neil's Gap last year, but it's right here, handy, pull my phone out if I need it, or just look and see on Gut Hooks where I'm at. All right, so inside my pack, I just bought a giant pack liner from Sea to Summit. I got this in Damascus last year. So I went without a pack liner until Damascus, and I was fine, but I have it now. Just keep things nice and dry. Let's see what else I got in here. Ooh, boom, next thing. This is the Hornet 2-person Nemo tent. Used this all last year, and they say it's a 2-person tent, but it's really a 1.5 because I had someone sleeping in there with me and we barely fit. It was a snug, nice and warm area, which in the summer kind of stunk because
literally and figuratively.
When two hikers are stinking in a tent, it just kind of catches all of the fumes. Yeah. So I have a bunch of videos of this, so I'll put it up, but it has doors on both sides, and it's an easy setup. It's semi-standing, so you do have to put the ends into the ground, but I think this is less than 2 pounds, and I loved it. It worked out great, and it goes down to this size. So I think it was around $300 because I got it on sale. So we got tent, we got pack. Let's do sleeping bag, and it's not even a sleeping bag. It is a quilt. So I got this quilt. It's an enlightened equipment quilt, and I think it's a Revelation. It's a 950 goose down, and I think I got it in 20 degree, which sounds great, right? Because I was I will get 1 sleeping bag and it will be warm enough and I will never have to worry about being cold, except this hurts you in the summer. So I never realized why people got really warm sleeping bags, and it's because in the summer it's so hot that you're going to be sweating in your very warm sleeping bag. So I did switch out halfway through, and I got a Rumple, which I already owned, but I had it sent to me, and I sent my light equipment home until we got into the New England area where it got cold again. So you got to think about that. I never thought about that. I never really camped in multiple seasons, so
fair.
Something to learn. But I do have this in a Sea to Summit compression waterproof bag, and it was kind of expensive, the bag, but it was worth it because the quilt is around $450. It's a big investment. You don't want it to get ruined by water, and so I just have it in this, and it also compresses it down to a pretty good size. So it's my sleeping bag. I love how
you use your head as the size.
I know,
comparison.
even though everyone's head is a different size. You know what? It's fine. My head is a normal size. It's average sized head. Okay. So as for the rest of my sleeping system, I got this bad boy at the NOC in North Carolina. It is the Nemo SwitchBack, and I got this because I always wanted to have a sit pad, and one of our family members, Dungeon Mitch, he literally had one of these, and every time he would use it, he'd spread it out and let multiple people sit on it. And I saw it at the NOC, and I said, I want that. And it also sits underneath my big and beautiful Thermarest. This is the Neo Air, and it's just a regular size, so it's the length of my body.
Nice.
I am 5'5", if you need a reference. Yeah, so this thing just blows up. It is kind of crinkly. People complain that it's loud. I don't care. That is not something that you're actually worried about. When you are dead tired from hiking an amount of miles, you don't care about a little bit of crinkle. Maybe in the beginning when everyone's kind of I don't know. all them cranky guys, they kind of leave halfway through the trail. So
Yeah, if you're worried about a loud sleep mat, you're not making it.
if you're worried about a loud sleep night, like don't sleep in the shelters. You got people like Dearest Rat King who snores like that and he falls asleep before anybody else. So a man could literally lay down and as his head would hit whatever piece of clothing he was using as a pillow, immediately. Like, good for him that he could sleep, but it was loud. So get some earplugs. Add that to your sleep system. I don't think I have that, but that's fine. So yeah, so Nemo SwitchBack, would lay that down, and then I would put my Neo Air on top of it. And yeah, it worked out great. I slept great. I used to have a pillow. It broke, or else I would have it. It was like the lemon-sized, I think it was Sea to Summit. It was a little blow up, and it was great. I loved it, right? But it had a little hole in it, so I just started to use my clothes bag, and it saved weight, saved room. And a little tip is, if you do those Franzia, you know, the slap the bag ones, if you empty it, I mean, you could drink it, or you could just empty it out, you can blow into it, and it's a pillow.
Shut up.
It's literally a lightweight pillow. And it like closes down to nothing. I mean, it will smell for a little bit, like wine.
Who did that?
Goat did that.
Wow.
Yeah, somebody told him, and we had a bag of wine, so we finished it, and he used it as a pillow the rest of the way.
That is amazing.
Yeah, when you do empty the air out in the morning, be careful because it's gonna smell like wine, so just do it outside of you.
That is amazing.
But there's a tip.
Hiker hack.
There's a hiker hack for you.
Let's talk about your pole journey.
Let's talk about my pole journey now. We're gonna go on a pole journey together. So I thought that trekking poles were a money scheme. I did not think they were necessary to hike. I just thought, oh, they've really advertised these stinkers where hikers really think they need them. When you are hiking 2,190 something miles, you need poles. You need poles for your knees, your balance. They are definitely worth it. Didn't think so. So I started my thru hike last year with no poles. Little did I know I would get tendonitis in my knee immediately, and somebody told me that was because I didn't have poles. And so I found this giant stick that kind of looked like a wizard staff, and I used it to kind of like row my body up Blood Mountain. And while it was, it helped. I think it was Blood Mountain, or it was right before Blood Mountain. And I loved it. But the wizard stick was way too heavy. So at Dahlonega, we were in and we went to Walmart, and I just got the Ozark regular boy hiking trekking poles, and they were heavy. I think they were like 15 ounces each one. My arms were getting to work out, but they worked until I think about Daleville, Harrisburg area. My mother bought me these bad boys, and they made it to all the way to Katahdin. So they're worth it. They're the Black Diamond Alpine Carbon, and they just like extend out and close them up and fit them to your size. So I love these. These were great. They're a lot less weight than my other ones, and they're really sturdy. So big fan of trekking poles. Do not think they are money scheme. Your knees will hate you.
Water system.
Water system, let's go. Thank you, dearest friend in the back.
I'm here to help.
Yeah. All right, it's my water system. Isn't that nice? So you can get a smart water bottle. I think Fiji water bottles work. Any water bottle that fits the nozzle of, I have a Sawyer Squeeze Mini. And so the bigger ones kind of come out faster. They have a better flow rate, but the minis are lighter, and I already have it. So this is what I'm gonna use, just a Sawyer Mini. And right now I'm just gonna do one smart water bottle, because I don't think the water sources are bad right now in Georgia or North Carolina. But up during the summertime, water sources kind of dry up, so it's better to have more than one. You can carry an algae, and they're kind of heavy, so I just kind of recommend
Bladder bag.
Bladder bag. You do bladder bag.
Yep.
Yeah, there are other systems, but this is just the one I use the whole time. I know there's like the
I would have the smart water bottle through the day, and when I was at camp, I would fill up my 2-liter bag.
Yeah.
Like that was more of like I'm at camp, cooking water, this and that.
All right. So I started last year with a bear canister. That is probably the heaviest bear bag you can ever carry, and it is not necessary for the AT. My friend who was doing the AT with me, we kind of planned together. She was doing a bear canister, And the idea of hanging my bag kind of freaked me out at first. And once you've done it once, it's the easiest thing. So I ended up getting food bags, which are just dry sacks. And so I have this one, which gets larger. I think it's a liter. This is 13 liter. And then I also have a Sea to Summit 8 liter. And so I use these for food, and whenever I would get low, I would usually just like compress them into each other. And as I got better at resupplying, I usually just needed this red one, the 13 liter, and I would put clothes in this one to kind of keep them dry. So that's what I use for food bag. I'll go over resupply at a different time, but that's what I use for food bag and just dry sacks. I guess my clothes are in here. Let's do that now. All right, so for clothes, is there any other gears? Oh, I should do electronics. Because clothes are like, every good's got different clothes. And I feel like that's a preference thing. Clothes are a preference thing. There's like very few things you need. You need a pair of shorts.
You need hiking clothes and you need sleeping clothes. And whatever variety, warm stuff is subjective, I would guess. Like,
for sure. Like,
not everybody had a hat, not everybody had gloves. Nope. I hate the cold, so I did.
Yeah.
I carried the extra weight.
That's what it is, and that's the thing. You need to have a set of hiking clothes, and you need to have a set of sleeping clothes. You can't have a emergency dry pair of socks, an emergency dry pair of shorts, but everything you carry is going to be heavy, and I'm such a hypocrite because I carry way more clothes than I need to, but that is my luxury item. So this is my electronics bag. It is just a dry sack I got from REI, and I don't know what liter it is, but it's kind of small, so we'll see. As for power, I have this RawPower battery bank. This one's heavy. It's about, I think, 15, 16 ounces, which sounds ridiculous, but it does have more capacity than most people's do. I like to take videos on trail, and I like to use my phone a lot for that, and so that drains battery, and so I needed extra. So this did well for me. I already own it, so that's really the reason I'm taking it. So RawPower, I think it's a 26,000 milliamp.
Nice.
Milliamp. Oh, these are my stakes. I have a RawPower charging block, and so it's a fast charger, like a supercharger, so it would charge my phone and my battery bank at the same time, and it had a faster output, so it would charge things faster than like a regular cube. As for my headlamp, I have, what is this baby called? This is the Revolt. It's a black diamond headlamp, and it's rechargeable, and I love this thing. Like, this is probably one of my favorite purchases because I did not like hiking in the dark. I was not a night hiker. But my family did like to hike in the dark, so this thing came in handy. It really like pushed out there and has good red light. So yeah, so this is what I used. Headlamp, need it. So I have a little Wet n Wild hairbrush. You don't need that, but I like it so my hair doesn't get super knotty after 7 days of not showering. TP bag. You can get this when you resupply any town. Just while you're in the bathroom, roll up some sheets, put it in a baggie instead of buying like a whole toilet paper roll.
Do you bury it or pack it out?
What? The
toilet paper?
I bury it. I'm a barrier. You gotta leave no trace. Dig it down deep. And I usually had a trowel, but by the end I was just digging a hole with my trekking pole, so it is what it is. Save weight. Not that it was really heavy, but you don't need the fancy $20 pooper scooper in my mind. But if you have it, good for you. You already have it. But I don't need it. All right, what do we got? Oh, I hate this thing. I'm just gonna preface that right now. This is my pack cover. This is if it rains. It is Sea to Summit 70D waterproof fabric, medium size. I hate this thing. This thing is so hard to kind of like get over my pack, and I feel like it doesn't even cover it all the way. So I still put it on because my pack isn't completely waterproof, and I keep things in my giant pocket in the front. But I need to get a new one, but I already have this one, and I didn't think about it until just now. So this is the one I will be taking if it rains. All right, this is definitely a luxury that like people are gonna probably dog on me for. It's a giant glasses case for my glasses. I am pretty much legally blind. I think I got like a -6, -6.5 prescription. So I need these bad boys if my contacts run out. And so I have a really protective case. It's not that heavy, but it's definitely not ultralight. I would keep my glasses in here. When I had earplugs, I would keep those in here. I would keep my headphones in here. And I also
that's
have my
smart.
contact case. Yeah, you gotta reuse everything as possible because this takes up a lot of space.
Another hiker hack.
Yeah, another hiker hack. It is kind of heavy. compared to like ultralight, but it really keeps my mind at ease that my glasses aren't gonna get broken in my giant pack, especially if I fall, which happens. It happens. It does.
Sure does.
Contacts. I will be taking this out of the box because that is not ultralight. But for now, these are my contacts. Gotta bring them.
What brand?
Oh yeah, what brand are we? Acuvue Oasis. We have astigmatism. All right, so I think that's all of my electronics bag. Am I missing anything there? Oh, ibuprofen. I'm gonna get some ibuprofen. That's my med kit. That's all you need is like 2 Band-Aids and some ibuprofen.
Not even, Band-Aids don't even stick when you're sweating.
I know. I think they're more for like blisters. Yeah.
But even with that, Leukotape.
Leukotape. I never carried Leukotape.
Oh,
One of our trailing members carried Leukotape, so I never needed it. But vitamin I, picked that up on my way down, but it's pretty much all you need. Because if you get really hurt, you don't have the kit to actually. Maybe nail clippers. You should get nail clippers, or have one person in your family have them. All right, for right now, it is, what is it? It's the beginning of March. So I have a beanie. It's just a regular beanie you already had. You don't have to buy a fancy beanie. All right, for my sleepy clothes, we're gonna go over that first. I have the beanie, and I have these smart wool, where are they? Intranet 200. So these are gonna keep me warm at night, and I usually wear them underneath my shorts because unfortunately they're kind of see-through. And then I also have these shorts, which I use as my pajamas in the summer, but I will put them over my leggings just at night to make me feel more comfortable. And I can use them if it's a warm day to hike in. All right, for my night sleeping shirt, I usually have a smart wool quarter zip. Couldn't find it, so I just have an Under Armour shirt. I think you win, but you don't need fancy stuff. I think that's like, I always thought that I needed the fancier stuff because it'd be lighter, it'd be better. So it's just the same, so it's fine. So those are my sleeping clothes. I have this as a extra cover. It looks like a melanzana. It's not. It's like the off-brand. I got this at Shaw's in Maine. Yeah, it's like a little like souvenir, but it's like Lightheart gear. And I got this at Shaw's, and it's just a cover up. It's really light. It packs down really nice, and I don't know. I like sleeping in it. I like hanging out around the fire, or like while I'm cooking at night. So that is my sleeping clothes. I'm wearing my hiking clothes. So I got this Patagonia shirt. I have the same one in green, but I couldn't find it, so I'm only bringing one t-shirt on this little trip. And then for leggings, for my bottoms, I'm just wearing Prana, and they are the longer black leggings. I mean, you don't need anything fancy. Once again, that's something I thought you needed. I got like REI hiking pants.
Yeah, literally.
Like you don't need that. You don't need it. For my socks, I have Darn Toughs. I wanted to bring 2 pairs, but for some reason I can only find 1 pair. I guess I'm gonna have 1 pair. These are already crunchy, so that's great. You don't need that many pairs. I liked having a lot of pairs because if they got wet or gross or crunchy, so I'm gonna wear those. They're great. I got a bunch of them replaced while I was on trail. Some places that are
What do you mean by that?
Yeah, so when you go to Outfitters, you can call them ahead of time because Darn Tough has a policy that they will replace any damaged Darn Tough. So if you have a hole in yours, it's disintegrated, you can call ahead and see if they honor the policy of Darn Tough. And if they do, you bring in your socks, and you can pick out a brand new pair, and they'll just take them.
For free.
For free. Yep, for free. So I kind of recommend Darn Toughs. Got those bad boys. And for my shoes, I went through 4 total pairs of Ultras last year, and these are the Olympus 4s. And they got great grip, giant toe box, and these are the shoes I wear. Sometimes you get 600 miles out of them, and sometimes you get 150 or 200. It really just depends. Because in the whites, mine were destroyed, and I went right into the Vermont area, like right before, and the mud had disintegrated my shoes. Like, it's so hard. And we would wash them out, so they would get all muddy and caked up, and then we'd have to wash them out at the end of the night. And it just, all the fabric kind of like disintegrated. So I only have like 1 pair of underwear, so I'm wearing them. It is what it is. You're gonna stink. You're gonna stink. It sucks. You're gonna stink. Cooking, you can either cold soak. I started off cold soaking, and I did cold soak for a while. And then I went to a stove, Olycamp XTS. It's got a little lid to heat water up quicker, and a little handle with the heat resistant. But yeah, this is my pan, or my pot. This is the stove. and it kind of just goes into the pot, and you have to hook it up to an oil canister or gas canister. I have a lighter. I keep my canister in a bandana, so this is help clean up the pot and also keep this from getting rusty inside your pot. So don't
hiker
just
hack.
leave it in your pot. Yeah, it'll get really rusty and like leave residue. Not great.
I never thought of that.
Yeah, so
You're so smart.
there you go. I saw someone else do it. Not my idea. Did use it though. So I usually have like the little plastic spoon from Walmart that's a spork.
Yeah.
And it's so much better because you can scrape the side if you have that spoon instead of a metal one. My rain jacket! These
Look
are
at all
great.
your colors.
I know, how fun is this? This is great because when it's windy, this does the trick. It kind of blocks the wind. You're not sweating too bad, but if you are sweating, it has little armpit zippers. You've seen this? So, have my rain jacket. I recommend having a rain jacket. Some people don't, which is crazy to me. So this is my puffy. It is the Mountain Hardwear Ghost Whisperer Down, whatever. I got this at Gabe's for like $40. It's usually like a 300 and like something.
Yeah, dang.
Yeah, and it's got a hood. So I love this thing. This thing started with me at Springer, made it to Katahdin. It doesn't even stink, so that's like awesome, right? This packs down really, really great. It's super light. And I think that is, oh, hand sanitizer, don't be gross. But I just have that ready, on the ready for me at front. Yeah, I think that's all other than food. How crazy is that? Yeah, well, that's my gear video. Hope you liked it. Thanks for watching.